I want to jump into grading cards. I want to jump into that because that's actually been a hot topic in our chat over the past couple of days. Because Jordan and I want to go to TCG and get some on-card autos graded, and these cards are probably going to stay in our collection, definitely. And I want to get some done. We found some guys on eBay that were really good recommendation, and we sort of bought up most of what he had between myself, Jordan, and Yanni. We get a little bit greedy at times, so I just want Yanni and Elliot you guys love grading. I know Elliot loves the PSA, and what do you call it? We done a what do you call them?
Submission.
Yeah, we did a submission with him about 6 months ago, and we did it with Beckett, and it was fantastic. It did take a little while, but I was really nervous because I put a couple of rookie cards in there or things like that, ones that I've been searching for years for and got them finally at a good price. And
I don't know how many times you messaged me. Are they here?
Anxiety
Are they
really
here
kicked in with me. So
have they arrived yet?
Yeah, just talk through the difference between PSA, Beckett, TCG. I know TCG is really good with Pokemon and stuff like that, but Yanni, I know you love selling cards as well because you're part of the Fanatic scene in the USA, and you're really knowledgeable when it comes to that kind of stuff. So lead the way there.
Oh, my whole thing is just if you are planning on selling the card at any point, or if it's a high value player, so I would always do PSA in the soccer market. It's just what it is. Like, they sell for higher. If you have a look at any rookie cards, they sell for higher if they're PSA compared to TCG or anything like that. If, like, for example, if I have a Beckham auto, even though let's say it's $300-400, whatever the case is, if I get a 10 with PSA compared to a 10 with TCG, that PSA sells for more than the TCG would. So
is there a
anything
reason
like
for that, or is it just because PSA
reliability? And PSA has been in the market for longer, I think, in regards to soccer. Like, I think earlier on people used to grade with them, and then it kind of like stuck.
Recognizable worldwide. Yeah. It's recognizable worldwide.
Yeah, so but as Adam said, like, actually, I think for Pokemon, TCG probably reigns supreme compared to.
Oh, it's huge! It's huge.
So and I think in like basketball and stuff like that, it's indifferent, like market wise, like in regards to the price. But in soccer, it just is. And I think if you have a look at like older cards, you know, like 1950s and 60s Pele and Maradona's in the 70s, like they're PSA. So I think that kind of like holds value. So yeah, but the cards, for example, that you guys spoke about, like the on-card autos that you've got, like I don't think any of these cards would be worth, you know, more than $20-30, whatever the case is. So for that, like it's not worth grading it for like $50 with PSA. Like, you might as well do something else that's cheaper and you're happy with.
Yeah,
you know. So
my big concern
is it's protected. It looks good.
Yeah.
That's exactly why I want to do it, is to protect the card and just have it in a slab. So I like the slab look. I like having it, you know, I don't know, it's like the slab. But my thing is with PSA, is another question for you guys. PSA's turnaround from when I talked to my local card shop was 5 months.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
That's wild to wait.
There's actually one other reason I would do.
Worse.
Yeah, it's really bad. And I think with everything that's happening with tariffs and this and that. The other thing I would do, though, I would potentially choose a TCG or like a Beckett if I knew 100% it was going to be a pristine 10.
Yep.
Because their little tenor is amazing looking, and some cards would just look so much better. Like the Garnacha that I did that I thought was going to be a 10 but ended up being a 9. If that was a tenor, I would have been much preferring that Beckett, because
it's like a gold label, isn't it? Something like that.
Yeah. And the card was like
everything's a 10. All 4 of the marking criteria. I think you get a gold label.
Yeah. Like and then because the card itself was like a nice orangey, I just thought it would look really nice together with them. But yeah.
Was that the sapphire? Is that the sapphire one?
No, it's not sapphire.
So I guess probably if you look from a Beckett card here, not sure if you guys can see that. So that's when you
Here's a back
grade
of
a
it, yeah.
Beckett, when you grade a Beckett card. What I do like about Beckett is it actually categorizes and drops down the grading. So based on like centering, edges, corners, surface. So it sort of breaks it all down, which I think is really cool. And then if you get a 10 in all of those, then you get like I think it's got a gold.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's sort of like, that's how a Beckett would look. And whereas like a PSA, I think, you just get the 10. Just get the 10 here.
Yeah.
But then obviously you can scan your QR code on the back. It'll tell you the population of the card. I think it gives it like its breakdown of grading as well, I think, on that QR code as well. But I don't know. It's been a little while since I've dabbled into it, to be honest. But I think the biggest thing for me is like, and like what Yoni said, what's the purpose of grading? And like, I guess once you've made that decision, then if you've got something that is high in value and you want it in a PSA slab, then do it in a PSA slab. But if you've got something that you just want in a slab that looks good, and I guess if you use the example of those cards that you guys just bought, when you grade in all three with TCG, then obviously you're going to display those three cards together, so they've got the same grading slab. It's going to look good together, and it warms your heart, I guess. But and that's pretty much it. I think from me and how I grade my cards is I just like look at, is it gonna? I don't really have much of like a formula, but I just if it's something that I'm going to keep, I grade all of my cards that I want to keep because I put them on the shelf.
Always PSA.
It protects the. I've most of mine with PSA. So everything that I've got on my shelf is either in a graded slab or it's in a one touch. And eventually I'll grade it like when I want, I guess when I want to, and I think what's been putting me off at the moment is the tariffs and stuff like that. And I just a bit of uncertainty there. But probably where there's people that you can consign your gradings with as well. And a lot of the guys, send a lot of cards off to grade sort of each month. And when we did our consignment, we consigned with the hobby. Lane and the boys down there, and they do a really great job. And they're used as like a bit of like a middleman. But because they send off so many cards to get graded at once, it does speed up the process a little bit on when you get them back, because they're doing a monthly consignment. All of their customers consign with them. They send it all off together. So because they're sending off a larger amount, it does sort of come back a bit quicker from my experience. I think the Beckett one that we did with them was a bit slower because Beckett is probably not as popular as PSA to grade your cards with. And I think and they do like a good service with a guy who sort of like cleans your cards and stuff as well prior to grading, which is I guess a good service that they do. And he's based down in Melbourne where the hobby is, and and they drop the cards off to him. He provides his service, and the good thing about that is he will actually give you you can pay a little bit more to get an assessment back on, I guess, the condition of your card, and and if he believes it's going to get a good I guess grade or not.
So it gives you kind of like a prediction for what he thinks it could get. So that way, if he says,
I wouldn't say a prediction, but it's more, this is a condition of your card.
Yeah.
This is a condition of your card. And he'll even send you some photos and stuff like that. I mean, for me, it doesn't matter. I'm grading it regardless. So I
Yeah.
don't. I've not. I think only once I've got the assessment back. But in saying that, you know, if you're a bit hesitant and you're not wanting to send the card unless you're getting a good grade for it,
Yeah.
then that service is a good thing to have.
Okay.
Because they'll just send the cards back to you, you know. But like for me, I'm sending them regardless. I've got a PSA 6 on the Wales side of my collection with all my Wales cards and stuff like that
Yeah.
for the and that's fine, you know. So I guess it's all based on what brings you joy, and I guess and what your purpose is for grading. If your purpose is just to sit it on your shelf and it looks good, I think that's the best reason for grading. But I guess a lot of people will send cards off to grade to boost their value because they're either going to sit on it or they're going to flip it quite quickly.
Yeah.
I
Do you
go.
see
I send
PSA
it.
coming to Australia at all? Sorry.
I don't know that much about that, but possibly with I guess trading cards have sort of boosted, especially with breaks and live auctions and stuff like that with the Whatnot release, sort of, which has probably been almost a year now. A bit more of the trading card market is getting bigger and bigger over here, so maybe PSA might grade over here in the future. I'm not sure.
That'd be awesome.
It'd save a lot of stress, that's for sure.
Save a lot of messages, that's for sure.
But we should, you know, when I do plan on doing some more research and stuff around tariffs and things like that, because I've got a couple of cards I do want to send away, and I know sort of you boys have sort of been, you know, sort of, I guess, keen to maybe get a consignment together. So I think that might be something cool we could do down the track if we're feeling quite quite happy with sort of turnaround times and things like that. We could get a consignment sent off and bring them back and bring them on the pod.